Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 1 on brutal difficulty. This is chapter 5 of 22. It is entitled The Fortress. And man, when I first played this game so many years ago, I distinctly remember thinking to myself, are you sure I can do this? Are you absolutely sure I can do this? I can actually do this? This is, and I hate to be crass about it, but this is goddamn amazing. The way they have laid this level design out and let you scale this huge fortress. It's absolutely, this game blows my mind. And I'm not exaggerating. It blows my mind. But this is a difficult chapter. I'll get you through it. I've got some very specific pieces of advice at some points. And I'm again going to show you how to utilize the weapon switching to get the most ammunition you possibly can. So right now we've got, I believe we've got a pistol and the AK-47. So we're shortly going to be switching the former for a micro. I don't like the micro, but it's expendable and it kills people, and that's all we really need to do. So the first section is it's a little bit difficult, and I remember before always remarking that the foliage was getting in my way. Well, that's not how to pronounce the goddamn word. It's pronounced foliage, so I'm very sorry about that. But foliage does get in your way in this game quite a bit. So here's where you get to your first checkpoint. There's a couple of nades over here. I'm going to swap out my my pistol for the micro. And then I'm going to come right in between this doorway, shoot this bastard in the head, and then shoot that guy until he's dead. And then there should be 2 more enemies. Now, if you don't want to waste bullets, you can come back over here and they will come in here. Sometimes they will actually turn their back and you can just jump on them and break their necks. Let's see if this guy does that. See, he turned around. But I guess he heard me. And then I screw up on the brutal combo. I hate the brutal combo. It doesn't ever work. I guess I'm just lousy at it, man. But at least we've got 6 rounds. You see where it said 6 and then times 2? That doesn't mean 6 times 2 and you get 12. That just means that whatever it was undoubtedly 3 and then you get 6. So sometimes they give you 5. And I'm just thinking to myself, so I get 2.5? How is 2.5? Who knows how that works? But now that we've taken everybody out on the ground floor level, now we can just hang back here, and I would recommend that you just be patient because these guys hide behind the trees over here. I don't think that these trees should belong in this game like this because the enemies hide behind it, and it seems like they get shelter from behind it. And you just waste bullets trying to shoot through the leaves like that. It's just very difficult. So now that we're out of the micro Uzi ammunition, I'm going to come back over here and swap out my pistol and see if there's anybody left. There should be about 2 guys left. There's usually a guy right over there. And so just come right over here, duck down, and what I would recommend is try to get a nade up to about this guy. See, he usually hangs out right over there. So, just take him out, and there should be about 1 to 2 guys left. I think just 1, though. I always hate these parts. There's a part like this, almost exactly like this in the next chapter. It's even more difficult. But, there he is. See him up there? That's a bad spot to be. See where I was right there? It's a bad spot. So, I'm going to switch my position over here, and, when I said you can't aim in this game, I meant you can't aim in cover. Of course, you can aim by hiding behind pieces of cover without putting yourself in cover, but it's very difficult to aim while you're in cover because you just don't get a fighting chance hardly. So you've just got to be patient over here and wait till you can see these guys. They don't come down here, which is actually a bad thing when you think about it because that means that you've got to go up there and open yourself to vulnerability. So I'm either going to kill this guy or I'm going to just charge him. And you know me, I'm going to charge him. Okay, so he's dead, but there's another guy. I believe I heard him, so he's up there somewhere. So we're going to go up here and just kind of scope out the situation. Look at where he ended up being. Look at this little bitch right over here hiding behind a piece of cover. Look at this, guys. Don't look away. Look at this. See him? See this piece of shit? He doesn't know where I am, so I'm going to jump up here and break his neck from behind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the micro Uzi. Oh, there's my jump for joy. My 3 times jump for joy. I did edit out going around the environment. So what I did is I swapped from the pistol to the micro Uzi, got a fresh pistol, and now I'm filled up. I've still got the AK. Now, the next thing you want to do after you get this next point over here is just stay right over here and wait for these 2 guys to approach and then turn their backs, and we can get 2 stealth kills on these guys. Now, the one that has the gun right there is going to stand here and he's going to turn in a minute. The guy to the far right is going to go down the stairs. So the second that this guy turns his back, jump up here, take him out, and you almost never get seen, so don't worry about it. So just come down here, take him out, and now we're going to have to make noise. And I'm going to switch to the micro Uzi because, once again, I hate it in its expendable rounds. So there are exploding barrels over here that you can utilize to kill enemies, and I believe that's what we're going to do. There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to you. There's going to be a shotgunner. Now, what I always do with this shotgunner, I don't know why I do this, guys. I hang back over here and let him come down here. And what this guy does is he won't come through the doorway. He will just stand outside of it, kind of provoking you. So what you can do is you can rush him if you have a death wish, or you can just use the third-person cover trick and just headshot him and take him out. That shotgun that he just dropped is important because you can switch to that and then switch to a fresh like AK-47 and get a fresh clip. But just remember, you can't pick up the one that you dropped to switch to the shotgun because that one has low ammunition in most cases. You've got to get a fresh one from either one that's leaning against a crate for you to pick up, or one that another enemy has dropped. That maximizes your ammo. Okay, so now that we're in here, there's going to be a guy jumping on a turret indiscriminately. There's going to be another guy hanging out like this guy. There's also going to be a guy up on the upper ramparts by the exploding barrel, and we can use that barrel to dispatch him and hopefully save some ammunition that way. Okay, see, we got a fresh amount of the pistol bullets because the second guy that we stealth killed earlier, he dropped that. Now I'm going to hang back here and just kind of see if I can maybe get a headshot on this guy down here. Unfortunately, I did experience a little bit of clipping. So it's either we kill him, and if we get the opportunity, we're going to kill the guy that you will see right there by the barrel. Nice, motherfucker. Fly and fall, motherfucker. And oh, who shot me, man? Oh, it's this guy. This guy did a little shit shuffle behind this truck for quite a bit of time, and it was a little bit confusing for me because I didn't really know what to do. Should I kind of wait for him to end his shuffle? Should I should I go for the guy on the turret? I'm gonna rush somebody. I'm Buck Benedict. You know me. I'm gonna rush somebody, and I end up rushing somebody. Why? Why do I rush people? I guess I do have a death wish, man. God, this game is just so fun. And if you're wondering, Bick, why do you keep covering the same games? Why don't you cover something new? You're never gonna grow your audience. Well, I'm just out here to have fun and play games that I like, guys. If I have to recover stuff, I don't mind. Plus, the quality is it's so much better. I am going to be deleting all the previous videos for the first guide that I made. Now, this is the Redux project, like I mentioned. And earlier, I think in video 2, I mentioned that I was reduxing the guide. Well, that's not actually a word. Redux is used post-positively. And I apologize for not you know, maybe confusing you by telling you that reduxing was a word. There's no word like that. It's just redux. It means another attempt, so I'm doing another attempt. Since we've moved to our new house, I've been doing a lot of Redux projects, and I do apologize about that. But I'm enjoying the content, and I hope a lot of people are enjoying it too. So okay, so now this guy has moved a little bit. Maybe we can take him out. And just remember, if you're trying to do this on brutal, you're going to go through a lot of hardships and a lot of self-doubt about whether or not you can do it. Believe me, it's, you know, it's not for the faint of heart, but it's also, it's nowhere near impossible. There's several guides on the internet for folks doing this. Look at this. Like, the reticle is way out there and we're safely behind cover. You've got to like that. Alright. There we go. I think he's dead. I saw a bunch of blood, and that blood doesn't mean they're dead, but when you see a gun go flying, that means they are dead. But I still don't think this guy's dead. You've got to really be patient with this game. So, okay, headshot on the guy with the turret. Now I know there's one guy left, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna rush. We're gonna rush this guy at our own expense. I think it's fun. I really find it fun rushing guys. And also I've been running into, oh, you little bastard. He's down on his haunches like that, you son of a bitch. There we go. Now, there's one more guy, and you don't get a checkpoint yet, I don't think. And I screwed up the brutal combo like I usually do right over here. So, there he is, right over there. How do I keep screwing up the brutal combo? It takes a certain cadence that I just don't have consistently. But anyway, that problem that I was mentioning, sometimes I set down my controller and I do some editing, and then I go do something else, and then I come back to my game, and it, you know how the controller's battery dies. Well, I come back and I press the PS button to reactivate it, and then I go looking around the battlefield that I just did, and I hadn't reset the checkpoint, and all the ammo's like disappeared. It's really bothering me. I can't understand why it's doing that. But anyway, now you've got another gunfight. There's a Smith & Wesson over here, a 44. I would recommend using the 44 on this fight, not on the next fight. So what you want to do is use the 44 to kill all of these enemies over here. And then instead of editing out, look at that. Did I just kill 3 people? Anyway, this is probably one of the last guys right over here. But what I was going to say, instead of editing out me looking around the battlefield and doing my weapon switching, I'm gonna come back up here and show you exactly what you need to do to maximize your weapons. So I'm gonna show you this now, and just heat it so that every other time you can do the same thing. Now look what this guy got away with. Tell me if this was bullshit. Look at this. Look at that. What is he made of, man? It went right through him. I clearly hit that son of a bitch. But we got a brutal combo on him. Now I'm gonna switch to the shotgun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch from my pistol to the micro, and I'm gonna switch from my AK-47 to the shotgun temporarily because I want to maximize my weapons. So I'm gonna pick up the shotgun this guy over here. Okay, there's the micro, and now I'm going to pick up this. So we're just going to use carry these temporarily. We're going to go back up to that place where we started at, and we're going to swap out the weapons for fresh clips. Okay. So now when we come back in here, I'm going to trade in the shotgun for a full clip of the AK, and I'm going to switch the micro to a full clip of the pistol. So now we have 35 bullets and 23, but we're going to get a bunch more because there's a lot of ammunition on the battlefield. At least there should be, unless everything started to disappear, which it may have, but I'm not sure. No, good. Okay. So just look how much we can accumulate over here. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there is a glitch that you can do for this aqueduct room, for the flooded room. If you want to, ask people in the comments what it is, just don't do it. This room is not that difficult. It's just not. You don't need to do it. You're going to weaken your player skill. But now you get another checkpoint, and you're going to come in here and just hug the right shoulder. And we're also going to do some more weapon switching up here. So after we kill this guy up here with melee, we're gonna take his weapon. Actually, we're not going to take his weapon. We're going to switch from the AK to the what's this called? We're going to switch to this temporarily just to shoot this guy, and then we're going to switch back to the AK-47 so that we can maximize our bullets. So we're going to pick up the first clip that Bitch dropped over here. Don't pick those up yet. Get the fresh one that he dropped. Actually, he didn't have that, did he? Just get the fresh one that's leaning against the table, sorry. And then just pick up every straight. See, we got 7 there. 3.5 times 2. Like, what's 3.5 bullets? I have no idea what that means. And then just pick up everything. So now look what we have. We have 27 and 52. Plus there's more handgun ammunition right up coming up. So if you play it like that and you play it smart, you won't have many problems, because that's the best way to maximize how much ammunition you have, and it just makes you have such more of an advantage. Okay, now that you get down into the water room, you're going to be first focusing on this guy. Sometimes he goes to the left of the columns over there. Don't be afraid to use the AK-47 ammunition over here by any means, because you're going to have some shotgun heavies dropping in, and then you can switch out when you get their shotgun. You could switch back to the AK-47 and maximize how many bullets you have. Now, with this phase, enemies can flank you from the left or right, so this is a fairly good place to stand. But at this point, don't hesitate to use the grenades at all. Just remember in that first section to stand behind the column and switch your shoulders and stay out of the line of fire. It's a very challenging room, there's just no doubt about it. I also tried to melee the guys that come down after you kill this last guy, but there's actually 2 positions from where they spawn from. But after you kill the last guy, I was going to pick up his micro, but I thought there was one over here. So now this is kind of strange, because there's 2 guys dropping down from that tunnel over there. And these last 2 guys, I'm not sure why... okay, that makes sense. I thought there was somebody that maybe disappeared on me or something like that. But there's only 3 guys left, so I like to stay on this side of the room because they come from that side. But it's just an incredibly difficult room. Phase 3 is the shotgun heavies. Try not to stand too close to where they drop down from, because until they... come up a little bit, they really aren't even spawned into the fight. You can't even melee with them. But that is probably the best way that I know to take care of that room. It's just an incredibly difficult room. But don't forget, the shotgun is not going to help you on the next fight. So don't bring the shotgun into the next fight. Switch to the shotgun from your AK-47. Scavenge around the room. Oh, did you see this? Right over there, there was supposed to be a weapon that the enemy dropped. I saw it. I plainly saw it when I came up here, but it disappeared on me. It's ridiculous. If you take too long, ammunition just disappears into thin air. It's ridiculous. I didn't even reset the checkpoint because I didn't want to go back to the beginning of that fight. I don't even know. I have no clue. I was doing that platforming to get up to this area. I saw it glinting, and then I failed one of the platforms. I failed to jump on it, so I had to go back to mantling on that cover. And when I came back up there, you saw me. I was trying to look for it, and it was gone. It was an AK-47 drop. So that really irritates me when things just disappear like that. It's fucking bullshit. So from now on, I'm gonna hustle to get my ammunition because shit's just disappearing on me, and I don't like that at all because it's frustrating. It shouldn't disappear like that. Take care.